So that last time that happened, literally when I said no, the next week I went into this window of, I think somewhere between 3 to 6 weeks, of Jesus extravagantly getting my attention. And I knew at that point, if I didn't say yes, I was in direct disobedience to the Lord. Hi, my name is Marty Emmett. I'm from New Zealand. I help lead YWAM Ships Aotearoa and YWAM Furnace. Yeah, it's a wild story. So there's a business guy in our town, Nigel and Brenda Jolly, Stony Creek Shipping. He had had this vessel for a decade. Through his marine lawyer, which happens to he does a lot of work for YWAM Ships, many YWAM Ships operations. The lawyer said, hey, have you thought about giving the ship away? And so this guy's a colourful character. I call him a pirate. He's still a very good friend of the ministry. He's amazing. He said, why the F would I give my beeping ship away? 2 weeks later, he calls the office we had in Tauranga at the time and said, Tony, does YWAM want another ship? So that was February 4th, 2019. So that started this journey, and that's where YWAM Ships Kona got involved, because actually Brett and Karen Curtis were leading YWAM Ships New Zealand at the time, and they had the whole legal entity set up, so they were the right basket to receive the vessel. They literally could receive, own and operate a vessel, which was quite amazing that was already in place. So he didn't just give the ship, I think he gave over 30,000 New Zealand dollars of like fuel and berthage fees on top of that. So it was extravagant generosity. So for me personally, my wife, we were totally not interested in getting involved. So about March, early April, Brett sits me down. So we're actually related through marriage. So we call each other cuz. Hey cuzzy, I need you to pray about helping me with this ship. And I was like, absolutely not, bro. Not interested. At that point, I'm helping lead the base. I'm really involved with mentoring, a lot of young couples. So me and my wife did a lot of ministry, marriage counseling, premarital, and just walking with young couples, young families. And then I was traveling a lot teaching. And so I was full. I loved my life. I was involved with coaching my kids' sports teams. It was awesome. Feeling like I was being obedient to the Lord. No, not interested. April, he came back, bro, I've been praying. I really feel like, I was like, bro, leave me alone. Came back in one more time, I think, and just said, hey, we've been praying. We really feel like you and your wife need to pray about this. And I just said, bro, leave me alone. I am not interested. Like, I'm underselling it. Like, we were so violently opposed. Like, nothing in me wanted to get involved. And there's multiple reasons behind that would take too long to explain. But it was just this inner, self-protectionism, I think, for me. Like, I'd been involved in intense ministry. I'd seen the pain of intense ministry. I'd seen it crush people. And I'd made this inner vow to never be involved in anything like that again that would crush me or people around me. So that last time that happened, literally when I said no, the next week, I went into this window of, I think somewhere between 3 to 6 weeks, of Jesus extravagantly getting my attention. And so many moments, situations where literally mid-June 2019, I'm in checkmate. Like, I literally have this moment where in my spirit I go, oh, he got me. And I knew at that point, if I didn't say yes, I was in direct disobedience to the Lord. And so I was like, okay, I'm away at a conference. I'm like, okay, Lord, you need to speak with my wife, because she was more opposed than I was. I come home and she's like, honey, the Lord's been speaking to me. I'm like, oh, wow, this is real. And so then we took it to the kids, and through a process with them, we really found unity to do it, and we all agreed. So I think it was early July, like July 2nd, I jumped in, and that's consumed me ever since. So then I was in my home port, right? That's my hometown. So we're literally, our base is there. I live, 10 minutes from where the ship was berthed, which the incredible thing there is where the ship was given to us, where it was berthed, there'd been 4 previous YWAM ships serving out of that exact same berth. So it's just phenomenal, like the lineage of that, over 30 years of YWAM ships in our city. And when it's gifted to us, it's in the exact same berth. The irony of Jesus. I love the way he weaves story together. It was beautiful. So suddenly in September, I get a request to go meet the president of Fiji, because suddenly he's hearing all these reports, because everywhere we went, we'd do the protocols with the chiefs of each village, each island. They all report to him as the paramount chief. YWAM Ships, would you come to State House? I want to host you. Thank you. So late September, so May, June 2022, I'm struggling to even get a response. Suddenly September, I'm being requested to fly from up in the north in Mombasa down to Suva to be hosted at State House by the president himself, His Excellency, the President of Fiji, who's an amazing man, one of the biggest human beings I've ever met. And we got to have this incredible afternoon with him, the whole I process, the protocol. But really in the end of it, he just said, I just want to thank you for serving my people. So in that time, he commissioned us and said, in Fiji, you are from Mother Wata. He said, I know you're from New Zealand, but in Fiji, you're from my province. And then we had afternoon tea with the president. I mean, I live in this blissful ignorance most of the time. Like, I'm not smart enough to know a lot of stuff. I don't know that much. I'm quite a simple guy. So in that moment, I knew it was significant, but I didn't know. Till afterwards, you were sharing with some of my Fijian friends I got to know at that point. And they would stop me. They'd say, do you understand the significance of that? I'm like, probably not. Probably not. And they said, Marty, do you know in our culture, that's the highest honor, to be hosted by His Excellency in the State House with a function like that is the highest honor. Do you understand that majority of Fijians will never set foot in there and will never have that experience? Marty, that's the highest honor in our culture. I went, wow. And it's just amazing to me, I think, in this journey for me of ships, but really it's not ships, it's compassion, like understanding the ways of God, that through using compassion to really meet people in their physical needs, how that is so, it just produces favor. Like how that is just such an incredible way to move into nations, is to actually, through the love of God, motivated by Jesus, right? And that's what we're really clear on, whether we're with governments or whoever, is we are motivated by the love of God. Everything we do is because of what Jesus thinks of Fiji. And we're driven by that. But to see how that favor, through moving through that compassion, just opens those doors.